right, people, listen up. I officially have a degree in musical theater now, so that means that sometimes, unfortunately for all of you, I am going to turn into that annoying person who feels the need to give people advice. And today, I wanted to talk to all of my fellow aspiring actor, singer, creative peoples about 3 scary little words. Who you know. If you work in this business or you want to work in this business, you have probably heard these words a lot from your parents, from other people who work in the industry. Oh, it's so impossible to break into acting. All they care about is who you know. Now, is this true? Is this true? The short answer is yes. But, before you get upset, I'm gonna tell you some information that if you're an anxious little nobody like myself is probably going to change your life. You can literally get to know people anytime. Who you know can mean so many different things. Like, yes, does it help to have famous parents or to have gone to like the fanciest schools? Yes, of course that stuff helps. I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't. But so much of being a successful creative person is also just about finding the people who match your freak, who are making the stuff that you want to see being made, and just talking to them like a person. Bear with me. You're going to understand where I'm going with this in just a sec. Last year, I read the most incredible fanfic. Like, just ridiculously good writing. Literally as good as, like, any critically acclaimed novel I've ever read. So emotionally investing. It just gripped my heart and would not let go. And I had the audacity to DM the author and just tell her, hey, your writing is freaking incredible, like literally life-changing. And she was thrilled that I liked it so much, and we started talking, and I would give her updates every time I got through a chapter, and I would tell her all of my thoughts, and we would also talk about other things, and we built this camaraderie. Eventually, I started showing her videos of me singing and acting, and she liked my work. Lo and behold, a few months later, she is having an audiobook be made of her fanfic. And she only has one person doing the voice acting at this point, but the fic is freaking huge. There's no way one person can do it all, and there's a bunch of different characters. And so I reach out to her, because like we're friends at this point, right? And I'm like, hey, could I send you a demo of me reading for these few characters? And could I maybe also help out with voice acting for your audiobook? She said, of course. She sent me some material to read. I sent her some demos and she loved them. And that's how I ended up getting to voice Jinx in the audiobook of my favorite Arcane fanfic. And this wasn't paid work, but like, I got to voice one of my favorite characters ever with absolutely incredible writing. Like, of course it was something I would have done for free. I'm incredibly proud of the work I did. And now this person is publishing a proper series of novels, which I know are going to be so good and change the world because she's an incredible writer. She has asked me to compose and record several songs that exist in the universe of these books as a little companion piece. And that's gonna be paid. Oh, by the way, did I mention that this all happened on Tumblr? All right, I'm gonna give y'all another one. So y'all know that since last year, I've been obsessed with Street Scene, right? By some insane stroke of luck, this vlog came into my YouTube recommendations from the guy who played Frank Morant at my school the last time we did Street Scene. And I watched this vlog and I see this guy getting super nerdy and intense about it, and I'm like, oh my god, he's just like me. We have to be friends. Is he on Facebook? Yes, he is. I send him a nice message like, hey, I found your video and I thought it was really neat. And he sends me a super nice response, like right away. Lo and behold, he is having a musical that he wrote be premiered at my university. Now, I auditioned for the show. It goes really well. I get a call back. I don't get cast. But I had this voice in my head that was telling me this book is not closed yet. So I made sure that this person didn't forget about me. I went to the premiere and I talked to him. I made sure he remembered the connection we had. They said they wanted feedback. I DM him after the show and tell him all of my thoughts. We keep talking and we realize that A, we really like each other's work, and B, we have a lot of weirdly specific things in common. Fast forward a couple of months, this person is now one of my best friends, and we are planning an insane amount of projects together. We are doing gigs together. When I go back to Oklahoma City in November, we're planning a duets concert. He is hopefully producing one of our favorite musicals in OKC next year, and he wants me to play the lead. I have a bunch of my original musical theater songs that I want to hear him sing. We might write a show together. Like, the possibilities are so endless. By the way, this person is in like a completely different stage of life than me. He's 16 years older than me. He's been in a bunch of professional shows. My instinct as like a recent college grad is very much to be like, oh, little old me, why would someone like that ever take me seriously? No! If the creative chemistry is right, if this is like the right person that you are supposed to work with, none of the like stupid little things, like we're both adults, like none of the stupid things that you think are going to stop people from taking you seriously and seeing the value in what you make will get in the way. So here I am, fresh out of college. I have booked a professional show through the traditional channels, which I will be announcing soon, but I also have all of this other stuff to look forward to. Shows, concerts, composition commissions that I literally got all because I had the guts to be a little cringe. You might not like know Lin-Manuel Miranda or whatever, but if you know the kind of people you get along with and the kind of things that you like, you might just end up meeting the next Lin-Manuel Miranda, and what's more, you might be the exact thing that they're looking for to make their dream project come true. So yeah, moral of the story, don't be afraid to be a nerd, because so much of the moving and shaking in this industry is just nerds talking to other nerds. And that might end up being what gets you the big bucks, or the dream role, or the incredible friendship. Why would you miss out on that?